Manchester United, despite being one of the biggest teams in world football, if not the biggest team in world football, have gone through their fair share of trouble in the recent seasons. Man United have finished 8th place last season, meaning that is their worst position they've ever finished since the competition has been called the Premier League. Obviously, they have finished lower than that, but that was still when the competition was called the First Division and we were under manager Sir Alex Ferguson. Since then, Sir Alex Ferguson managed to turn the whole club around, get everyone in the perfect winning mode, and we won so many trophies, including the Premier League, Champions League, and many more, including the FA Cup, Carabao Cups, and so many more trophies. Sir Alex Ferguson never let this team drop off, and since he left we've had a clear issue of that. We've been inconsistent and we haven't been ready to challenge for any trophies, especially that league title which Sir Alex Ferguson made the club famous for having. 20 league titles, and we could not even win one without him. So today I will be taking over Erik ten Hag's Manchester United, and I will be trying to rebuild them to that Sir Alex Ferguson level of winning Premier Leagues without even trying anymore. It's going to take a lot, and we will have to take out some of the deadwood from the team, but it will be 100% worth it once the right manager comes in with the right mindset and the right type of football. It can easily go very different for Manchester United. Taking my first look at the squad, there are a couple players with their positions solidified. For example, Bruno Fernandes is 100% going to be in my starting lineup for this first season, and probably the rest of them. He is our captain, he's the main man, he's the one who everything goes through, okay? He's the main position in our lineup. There are a couple other players such as Rasmus Højlund. I believe he could be an amazing striker in his future. Him with the competition from Xerxes here and there, he can definitely do a lot this season. And another player who recently in real life hasn't been doing very well, Marcus Rashford. Obviously, he's got his history with United for being slightly inconsistent, and I don't know if that's something that will carry on under my football, if it won't, but if it doesn't, then there is so much potential for this boy. He can be, again, one of the main players in the team. He could be the top goal scorer. We saw it just, 2 seasons ago? He was the best player in our team, and I think he can do it again, definitely. He's got the skill, it's just the confidence that really matters the most. Can he gain that confidence? And I think if he can, he will 100% cook in this team. But now on to the slightly worse players. When I spoke about deadwood in the intro, this is kind of what I meant. We've got Harry Maguire, who's here on £200,000 a week. I have no plans for him at my club, so there is a higher chance that we lose him. But there are a couple players which are on that high amount of money. As you can see, if I filter by wage, if we look above around 200,000, even 150,000, because I count that as a lot still, we've got, how many players is that? 10 players that are on that above 150,000, and maybe 1 or 2 that actually deserve it. I think that we need to offload some players for sure. There are a couple in this list that are already on my mind, in Christian Eriksen, Victor Lindelof, and Harry Maguire. Anthony, again, this is his make or break season under me. I feel like if he doesn't get that game time, he might end up being sold on very soon. If he does, then, he could have a chance in the team. I feel like he's a confidence player. He's a bit like Marcus Rashford. He's got the skill, but he needs the confidence and the backing from the manager to actually start and perform. So if we do give him that time, then I think he can definitely do well. Other players though, I believe the players that do deserve it, Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, and Marcus Rashford are the only 3. Casemiro again could leave very soon in my eyes. Jadon Sancho could leave as well. So it's a bit of an imbalance at the club. The budget for this season is not very great. We've got 1 million in transfer budget and a little bit in the wage budget. So if we do make any signings, it will all be fueled off sales. We have to sell our players to make the money to sign them. I don't know if we will make any business this season. It all depends. If we do sell these 2 players, and Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof, we will probably have to replace a centre-back. So we could go for a centre-back. Again, there is a major left-back crisis at the club in real life. Obviously, we haven't signed another left-back, and I don't think Harry Amas is very ready yet. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'll be back with you at the end of the transfer window to see how we do with our signings if we do sign anyone and how we've gotten on so far. I'll also show you the tactic that we're running because I haven't really put it out yet, but I already know in my mind what type of tactic I want to run for this save. We started off the transfer window with our first and final transfer in Mario Hermoso on a free, a player that we were actually linked to quite a little bit in real life. He's good on his left foot, which is what we needed. We need a proper left foot backup for Martinez. He's good at left back and he's good as a centre back, which also is great because just in case we do end up having another crisis at left back, we've got another player who can fill in that role, and that's very needed. He's had quite a good career with Atletico Madrid, of course. I think it's a great transfer. For free, I'll happily take it. He's a good player and he'll be a good replacement to who you'll see next that we have sold. That's right, that player that we have sold is Victor Lindelof to Brighton. He in real life, look, Lindelof is a player that I rate him a lot. I rate him very highly. I don't think he's great in the game, but I do respect Lindelof and I think he's a very, very good footballer. He's done very well for Brighton so far, 7.46 in the league so far, so he's smashing it. 18 million for him, I'm happy with it. We managed to make we made good money off it, so not made, God, but we've lost money on the transfer, but we got in 18 million and spent nothing on a replacement, so we managed to leave the transfer window with a positive 18 million. That's good. We've also offloaded Will Fish, as in real life, when I'm recording, I noticed that he did leave the club. So, of course, in the database, it hadn't changed yet, so I decided just to let him go. We let him go for very cheap, £325,000. He was never going to get game time for me. So this is the tactic we are lining up with this first season. As you can see, it's a pretty standard 4-3-3, but I feel like it could definitely work. It's well suited to Man United with the inside forward on the left, cutting into the box in Marcus Rashford, the inside winger in Jadon Sancho. Probably he'll be moving up and down the line kind of like a winger, and he'll be crossing in those balls because I think that's the best role for Sancho. Sancho's not the type of player that cuts into the box. Sancho is a proper winger. He's the old school type of winger, runs down the line, crosses the ball into a tall striker and bangs in the goal, which is perfect for the two strikers that we have in Joshua Zirkzee, the 6'4" beast, and Rasmus Højlund, the 6'3" beast. Jadon Sancho will be key in this lineup, or even Bruno Fernandes, because he also does have that right foot for crossing, the ability to do it. So I'm liking the way it's looking so far. It's well suited to our team. If I do by the best 11 from the AI, it does take out Kobbie Mainoo, which I don't like. I feel like he's our best player. Kobbie Mainoo in real life as well. He's the best player in the world. He's the best midfielder, best English player of all time. He's world class. So I definitely do want to get him into that starting lineup as much as possible. If he develops, he could genuinely become amazing. I've seen his potential in the game, and it genuinely, the sky's the limit. As long as he plays well and plays consistently well, he could genuinely develop into one of the best ever. Kobbie Mainoo is definitely going to get locked into this lineup. But like I said, if I do the best 11 by AI, it does shove Sancho, Rashford and Zirkzee in there instead of Rasmus Højlund. I think I'll allow it to go like that. I don't know if Højlund should be I'm not gonna say I don't know if he should be starting, because obviously the world knows Rasmus Højlund is an amazing striker, but Joshua Zirkzee is also an amazing striker, so I will let the AI fight them out for positions, and whoever's doing better will get their spot in the team. That's how competition should work. The better player on and off the pitch should get that starting position. Also, a weird one, at right back it is starting Mazraoui instead of Diogo Dalot. Again, I like the competition. They're very similar types of players, so I will be allowing that competition to go on naturally. I won't be locking anyone into position there. Like I said, as long as they're both doing well on and off the pitch, I'm happy with them fighting each other for that position, and let the AI award it to them. I'm not the one involved. Centre-back partnership of De Ligt and Martinez. De Ligt looks great in this game, and I'm so thankful that that this database has the transfers. Honestly, I'm so thankful this database has the transfers, because without De Ligt, this team is a bit in the muds. He's a great centre-back, and I think he has a very big future for Man United. He's only 25. So he's got so much he's got so much left. Honestly, he's got so much left. De Ligt could definitely be a great centre back for United in real life and for the rest of this video, but in real life for the rest of his career. Let's look at players like Vidic and Ferdinand. Played the remainder of their career at United. Obviously, they left right at the end, but you know what I mean. He could have a good 10 years at Manchester United if he performs well. I think he's a great centre back. But this team's looking actually very good. I think this is a great team to challenge for top 4. Obviously, the depth isn't as good as I'd like it to be, and that is a problem that Man United have struggled with a lot in real life. Not having enough depth in positions, and injuries obviously not helping that. Players that we weren't able to let go of were Scott McTominay. I really wanted to get rid of him, but no one wanted him. So we will probably have to run out the rest of his contract, because I don't think this is gonna work. It's like I said, the Deadwood has to leave the club to fully make that rebuild work, and that's the same with Harry Maguire. Just no one really wanted to offer for him, so we're gonna have to run out his contract as well. I mean, the Deadwood, if they stay at the club, they'll keep dragging us down. It's never gonna fully go through. But for now, you know, while we don't have the greatest depth, it won't hurt to have some extra players in. So I'm predicting pretty decently for this season. I think we could get top 4 football, just about, maybe even 5th, and get Champions League on coefficients. But I think we're getting Champions League football. Yeah, I'm gonna get Champions League football. So far in the Premier League, we're 3rd. We've lost 1 match and won 3. We lost at that's Chelsea. We lost at home to Fulham and won 3 match. We won away at Anfield. What? Wow, we won away at Anfield due to a Rasmus Højlund goal. That's big, but I don't remember the last time we won at Anfield. But yeah, I think we're ready for this season, and I'll be back with you. Let's see how we do this season. I'm sure it's gonna go well. I'm excited. I'll be back with you once we finish this season and I've got the results for you. We'll see you there. So end of season time has come, and as you can already see, a 4th place finish in the Premier League. I'm happy with it. That's brilliant, and it guarantees us Champions League football for the next season. It's a very good finish. I like it. 4th place. 22 wins, 6 draws, 10 losses. Quite a lot of losses, especially compared to the other teams in the top 4. But we're not quite at that challenging for the league point yet. I think maybe give it another 2-3 seasons and we will definitely be up there on these 86 to 92 points. But I'm happy with it nonetheless for this season. Obviously, if we would have dropped those last 3 points, then we would have missed out on it because coefficients haven't come through. You know what? It's a great fit. It's a good result. Let's take a look at the best 11 of the team and just see how they've done. Obviously, Joshua Zirkzee showed as my top goal scorer on 27 goals. I think it might have been a good decision not locking in Højlund, because he's absolutely smashed it. I'm not sure how Højlund has done, but we'll take a look now. Based on goals, Joshua Zirkzee 27, Bruno Fernandes with 40 goal contributions in 43 starts. He's brilliant. Honestly, what a player he is. Almost irreplaceable. I only have 1 player in my mind that could replace him. So he's almost irreplaceable for Man United. He's very good, and I think he's a great captain, man. Marcus Rashford he's well. Marcus Rashford's actually smashed it. 31 goal contributions this season, 13 goals, 18 assists. It looks like he might have picked up a bit less of a selfish role this season. You know what? I don't know if I should be happy with it or not. 18 assists is very good. I'm very happy with it. He should be our 2nd highest based on assists. But I kind of do want Rashford to be more of that goal scoring player, so I'll see what I can tweak in the tactics to make him go forward more and actually shoot instead of make that second pass. He's the type of player that should be selfish. He's got the ability to. So I'll try to tweak that a little bit in the tactic. But it's 31 goal contributions, sorry. I think he smashed it for his first season in the redemption period. Beneath them, we've got a couple players. Garnacho, a player who I haven't actually spoken about at all today. He's got 50 appearances total, 30 starts, 20 off the bench, and actually done very well. I think a 6.97 is pretty good. He might be a player that I have to start considering for the future. But again, there is a lot of competition in this team, especially with Jadon Sancho. 9 goals, 11 assists, good from him. But let's look based on assists. Yeah, it was kind of similar to what I expected. Fernandes, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, and then Luke Shaw. Kobbie Mainoo this season, it's not been brilliant from him, but I can't expect too much. You know, he's in the box-to-box midfielder role, mainly over Mount. I don't know if that's the smartest idea or not, but I'm going to trust in him because I know what he can become in that role. He has done it for me before, obviously. This isn't my first United save this game, so he definitely can perform a lot better than that, and hopefully will. But I'm very happy with this season so far. I'm going to be back with you right after the transfer window. Oh, hold on. Oh, we won the FA Cup. I never even looked at the rest of the competitions. We've managed to win the FA Cup. Wow. That just shows I was not prepared for that. I didn't expect none of it. That means it's the second season in a row of the FA Cup for Man United. As you can see, they're past winners. But let's see here. Man United beat Burnley 6-2 in the third round. We went into the fourth round against Liverpool at home, winning 3-1. Fifth round away at Arsenal, winning 3-2. Quarterfinals at home to Chelsea with a 5-0 whipping. Semi-final against Crystal Palace, 2-1 away from home, and then we went to the final against Tottenham at Wembley and won 3-1. We've also managed to win the Community Shield over Manchester City this season, but Europa League an early exit in the quarterfinals. We ended up losing to Monaco, so that's not as good as I would have hoped. But again, you can't focus on all of the competitions at once. Clearly we had our focus set on some other competitions, and I'm happy with it either way. So I'll be back with you after the next transfer window. Hopefully in this next season we can start to push a bit more forward and get ready to start challenging for the Premier League, but mainly hold down our position in the Champions League. I didn't want to do it. You can write that on my tombstone. I did not want to do it. Bruno Fernandes has left us to go to Al Hilal for £100 million. I really didn't want to do it, but he had to. He wanted to leave. We were never going to be able to match the wages that he's earning now. £1.5 million per week. That was what he wanted from Manchester United, for him to not leave us. And I honestly was thinking about slapping him when he came into my office saying that he wants 1.5 million a week. But we've had to let him go. I hate it. He was the best player on our team last season for sure. 40 goal contributions in 43 starts, bro. That doesn't come lightly. Like I said, there was only one player in my head that could ever replace him, but we've only gone and got that player. That is right. Florian Wirtz is a Manchester United player. We've brought him in from Bayer Leverkusen for a whopping £90 million. But 100% worth it. I believe he is the one player that could come in and replace Bruno Fernandes instantly. That's in real life or in the game. He is a world-class midfielder, and in the perfect system, he could genuinely be one of the best. So I think he will be the right replacement for him. Look at that profit from Leverkusen though. I wish I was them. Buying him for 180,000 back in 2019. 5 years later, selling him on for 90 million. So brilliant profit from them. But it was a very, very needed transfer. I believe he's on a cheaper wage. He's 8 years younger than Bruno Fernandes, so it will prove 100% worth it for the transfer. And I'm looking forward. I definitely think Florian Wirtz can be the player that we take to the end of this rebuild to be our star player. You can already see 7.18 average rating so far, so he's banging it in the league. I think that's a great signing. Another sale to Al Hilal. This one I wasn't upset about making though. £30 million for Casemiro to go to Al Hilal. He's 33 years old. There was no chance we were going to get anywhere near that money if we waited another season, and obviously we risk him not being as good of a player. I think when it's time to rebuild, it's time to rebuild. You got to get rid of the oldies and bring in some of the younger players. So we have replaced him with a player from FC Porto, that player being Alan Varela. He looks very good. We signed him for £40 million from FC Porto. I don't know if that's a signing that happened in the game or if that's a real life signing. I won't lie. I think, no, it's a real life signing, I think. But he definitely could provide, he could be a great player. He's a bit small, which is one thing that I worry about when he takes over that role from Casemiro, because obviously we do play with a ball-winning midfielder, which I now moved on to support, so that the ball-winning midfielder will be a bit more, it'll be a bit less deep into the defense. I think he could work. He might not though. It's a risky signing, but £40 million isn't a lot of money to me. I feel like it's a good signing to make. If it does pay off, it pays off very well. And we've got a good replacement for Casemiro for just a tiny bit more. Back onto sales though, we've managed to sell Mario Hermoso for £25 million. 25 million of pure profit after only playing 6 matches, 1 start, 5 off the bench. We never gave him the game time, mainly because, you know, we never really had injuries last season, so he wasn't called upon. For some reason the AI was favoriting Maguire over him, so honestly he wanted to leave because of game time. I wasn't upset with it. We let him go. We managed to make some very, very good profit off of him, selling them to Southampton, which they managed to stay in the Premier League, so no wonder. I'm sure he'll be a great defender there. You know, he hasn't performed great so far, but I'm sure he has the potential to be great there. He's 30 years old, so he never had a future at United. He really was going to be a short-term signing. Obviously, it was a lot shorter than I expected, but to get rid of him for good money, I'm happy with. Another sale that we've made is Daniel Gore. He really wanted to leave, that's the thing. I feel like it was one of those ones, he didn't see himself having a future, and I didn't see him having a future either, to be honest. In real life, I think he's got a very good, I'm not going to say very good potential, because so far he hasn't been used. But I think he looks very good. He looks sharp, he looks agile, he looks good. So I'm excited to see him in real life. But in the game, we managed to sell him for just under £12 million, which I find very good. I think that's a good amount of money for a 20-year-old. It's not great, but he's never played first-team football for us. So, you know, I don't mind letting him go. I really don't. But we've used the funds of those last transfers to bring in Kefren Turam. Obviously, losing Casemiro, we lost that big figure in the defensive midfield. Casemiro's, he's a big boy. He's above 6 foot, he's strong, he's wham. So we needed someone to properly replace him, and I find that in Kefren Turam. 6'4", 80 kilograms, he's strong. He's that strong figure, he's the player that people can be scared of when they're running through the middle of the pitch. And he's definitely the one. Last season only having 3 appearances all off the bench for Juventus, so we managed to bring him in for quite cheap, 25 million with 5 million and potential add-ons, which not potential, they will be made, they will happen, because it was, I believe, 50 appearances for £5 million, so it will happen. So 30 million total, we'll count it as that. He's on very cheap wage. I find that a bargain. I think he not only has potential to be a great squad player, which is what I'm using him for now, but he has potential to make it even further than a squad player and become a first team player if he does shine off the bench when he comes on, which he has so far. 7.05 average rating, I can't complain with that. He's got great attributes in dribbling, first touch, passing of 16, and he's fast. He's got great stamina. He's a very, very good footballer. footballer. I could see him having a future at the club. But with the transfers over with, I'm going to show you the best 11 based on AI, and it shoves Wirtz into centre midfield. It drops Jadon Sancho now for Garnacho. No, it's not because he's injured. I did yeah, without restriction. So it actually drops Jadon Sancho for Alejandro Garnacho. I don't know. I think I might have to give him his game time. He's got a 7.43 so far just on his 3 appearances, so he could very well be a decent player. We'll give him his shot. I'm not going to lock anyone into that position, so we'll let the AI fight out between Garnacho and Sancho, and obviously Amad Diallo, but I doubt he will get much game time. We tried to sell him in the past, but he just keeps rejecting contracts. But otherwise, the team is pretty good. I think for this season, I'm definitely going to lock in Kobbie Mainoo again because it keeps dropping him out of position for Mason Mount, which I'm not happy with. But yeah, this is what I kind of think of my strongest lineup as. This is a very good lineup. I feel like because we've lost some key figures in the team though, I'm worried that we might drop off a little bit this season. As long as we stay in Champions League football, I'm happy. So I'm going to guess we get like a 5th place. That's kind of my rough guess, but I'm happy with the team. We've got a lot of youngsters coming through now. Players like Lenny Yoro having his second season at the club, 19 years old. He's still, I don't think he's ready to start, and I don't know if he will be. He's not developing very well, but if he does end up developing well, then it might be a drop Martinez vibe and run Lenny Yoro and Dillit. For now, though, I'm very happy with the team. I'm happy with the lineup. I'll show you how we're doing in the league so far. 4 matches, 1 draw, and 3 wins. So it's looking very good for us. But God, Haaland is amazing in this game. 10 goals in 4 games. Tell me in what world that makes sense. Honestly, never mind. And Man City are 100% winning this league. They're making it, what, 6 in a row? No chance they don't. 10 goals in 4 games, a 4-1 win away at Anfield, 6-0 at home to Chelsea, 5-0 away to Brighton, and a 2-1 win at home to Leeds. No chance they don't win this league. But I'm going to be back with you when we are done with this season. It's looking good for us. I think we could potentially do well. Again, we could drop off because, like I said, we've sold some influential figures. So we'll have to wait and see. This one's very unpredictable from us. So we are back. And I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, but I'm seeing it for sure. League table, and we have won the Premier League title with 2 losses total. Goodness gracious, that's brilliant. We've lost 2 matches this entire season. Oh my days. We're Premier League champions in the 2nd season. That was... I don't know what happened. No, honestly, I was expecting to be around 5th. I don't know what Brentford's doing in the Champions League, but never mind. That is a very, very big result from us. That's massive. Man United are Premier League champions once again. That's amazing. Let me go into competition and see it. So we haven't won anything else, but I honestly don't mind. Semi-finals of Champions League as well. 3rd and 4th round in both the cup competitions, and we never managed to win the Community Shield. We lost out to Man City, but that is a very, very massive league performance. Wow, I honestly wasn't expecting it, and a great goal difference as well. It shows we're kind of building a balance all around. I like it, but we'll go into Champions League first. We managed to qualify through automatics. You know, we beat Liverpool there, but round of 16s, Juventus, we managed to just about beat them 5-4. That means, yeah, we managed to make a comeback, I'm pretty sure, in the 2nd leg, winning 4-1. Yeah, we were behind 3-1. They won 3-1 in the 1st leg. And then they managed, we managed to come back, winning 4-1. Let me just go check in competitions because that makes things easier. Yeah, Juventus, when we played them at Juventus, at their stadium, sorry, they won 3-1. We managed to come back and win 4-1 at Old Trafford with a Catherine Thuram goal, just meant to be. Very, very big from us. Quarterfinals against Tottenham, we won 3-1. Then we played off against Liverpool, losing 2-1 on aggregate. and now it's the final Liverpool-Chelsea, which Liverpool have won. So pretty big from Liverpool there. That's unfortunate. You know, our biggest rivals winning the Champions League before us again, but it's alright. Other competitions I could not care less about. The Premier League is the main thing, and we've had some massive wins. Honestly, winning against City away is probably the main one. Haaland on 35 goals this season though says absolutely everything you need to hear. Wow. But what did I say about Marcus Rashford? I am much happier with his performances now. I tweaked the tactic a bit. I've made him a more attacking winger. I told him to shoot more often, and now he's shooting more often. 33 goals and 17 assists in 53 appearances. That is very big from Marcus Rashford. It takes away from the striker a little bit, I won't lie there, but it also means that Marcus Rashford can play at his best, and I believe Rashford is better than both the strikers. So let's see how everyone else has done. Actually, we'll just go to here, sort by goals, and you can see Rasmus Højlund on 25 goals. Finally, he's kind of broken through and taking his spot back over Joshua Zirkzee, who's only got seven goals in 56. Oh no, that's Kobe. He's only got 5 goals. Apologies, 5 goals and 1 assist in 5 starts, 29 off the bench. So he's kind of picked up more of a rotational role, Joshua Zirkzee. But Rasmus has taken his spot back, and he's done it very well. 28 goal contributions, can't be upset with it. But Florian Wirtz, I told you he would be an instant successor to Bruno Fernandes, and he has 35 goal contributions, massive from him. Thuram as well with a lot of goals, 15 goals for Marcus Thuram, crazy, different player completely. Kefren Thuram, 15 goals and 6 assists for him. He as well could be very big. But let's see, best lineup without restrictions. It does put Wirtz on the right wing, so that means now we have a very high chance of seeing Garnacho upset, and also we have a very high chance of seeing Sancho upset, who's already requested his transfer for £20 million. So it's not looking good for us. Honestly, I think I'd rather let his contract run, because £20 million is not enough money for a good replacement. And also, there's no one really on the market. I've already had a look for a winger replacement. There's not too many people out there. So I think we might have to let him stay until his contract runs out. But otherwise, with this team, I'm actually quite happy. We could make a couple signings here and there. Again, left back, the depth there isn't the strongest. I think maybe a new right back as well, because both Mazraoui and Dalot, I mean, they're not the best. Dallow's obviously been better, but Mazraoui's been preferred by the AI a lot, and it looks like it's going to stay that way. So I would have to either sell Mazraoui and buy a proper backup, or just buy a brand new starter right back and go from there. Otherwise though, midfield looks pretty solidified to me, and I like my attack as well. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll be back after the transfer window, and we'll see what type of transfers we have managed to make. Everybody wake up, we've spent more money. We have brought in Castello Luqueba as our new starting left centre back. He's amazing on this game. He is insane. Look at those attributes and tell me he isn't insane. 17 pace, 15 passing, 15 vision, and just look at those mentals. 18 anticipation, 17 composure, 16 concentration. He is absolutely amazing, and he's still growing into higher and higher. He's better, higher and higher on the Ballon d'Or rank, because he's one of the best out there. £91 million for the player. It's a lot of money, but I believe this is one sign that could be absolutely worth it. He is the future of this football club. Honestly, he looks so amazing. I can't get enough of it. I feel like I got a very big bargain, because I know a lot of the time at this point in the game roughly you'll see him valued at about 150. As you can see, for me right now he's valued at around 167 to 184 million. So he's not a cheap player. He is gonna be a massive signing for us to build towards our future. Another great signing that we managed to do is Sivert Mansverk from Ajax. he will be a great backup, not backup, but depth player to have, squad player to have, just because Kefren Turam has kind of taken upon the role of the Mezzala, which I didn't intend for him to do, to be honest. I intended for him to be the ball-winning midfielder at the back, but he's kind of taken it upon himself to go more attacking, and it's 100% worked. So we've had to buy another defensive midfielder for that, for the depth there. We never really truly replaced Casemiro until now. So I mean, I'd say that, because we need someone he's got a big body, someone who's gonna be, you know, scaring the attackers that are running towards them. And if Thuram is halfway up the pitch, then that's not gonna happen. So Mansverk is going to be a good backup ball-winning midfielder. Sorry, we managed to bring him in for £38 million. So it's not too much money. I'm happy with it. He's 24. He's got a lot of room to grow. So I think he definitely could smash it in this league. He's already made 3 appearances off the bench, 7.2 average rating. So he looks good. Norwegian international. There's not much more to say. He looks quite good. Now on to our first sale that we made was Nusa Mazraoui to Barcelona for £52 million. I believe we got an absolute we made a lot of money. He's 28 years old. I didn't see too much room for him to carry on growing with the club. Obviously, in his past 2 seasons, the highest he got average rating wise was a 6.88, not very high at all. And I just don't believe he was. I don't believe he was great in the game. So we sold him on once we saw that money. We got him out, and now we're looking forward to showing you the replacement for him. That is right, Jeremy Frimpong has been brought in to replace he's brought in to replace Mazraoui. He will be absolutely massive. Jeremy Frimpong for £60 million. He's already got that connection with Florian Wirtz, who will be on his right wing, right above him. He is an amazing right back. Like I said, everyone here should know already, I love my fullbacks to be able to cross, dribble, and be fast, to be rapid. He's amazing at all 3 of those things. He's rapid, probably the fastest right back out there. He can dribble for sure, and he's got the crossing ability. He is the perfect right back for me. I think he could again be one of the players that we take to the end of this rebuild. If not, then, you know, I don't know what went wrong, but something must have. He already looks like he's performing well. 7.0 average rating. I'm happy with this signing for sure. He's definitely one of the ones that I'm happy with. Another sell that we have made, which I know a lot of United fans won't be happy about. I'm not happy about it myself, honestly. I'm a United fan. I know what this boy done for us in real life. You know, in the game though, he never really plays as well. We've sold Lisandro Martinez to PSG for £65 million. I'm happy with the money that we received. I'm sad with the player that we're losing, because, you know, obviously, just the respect that I have for him. I love Lisandro, but it was great money and we were never gonna reject it. So we've bought in his replacement in Murato from Benfica, Brazilian centre back. He's left footed as well, but instead of going for another 5'9" centre back, we've ended up going with a 6'4" one. So honestly, he's a bit built like Harry Maguire, because you can see the head shape, but don't let that fool you yet. He's actually a pretty good centre-back. I think we managed to get a good price on him. Obviously, he's playing at Benfica, so it wasn't long before he would have gotten snatched up by another club. He's got good potential to play for us. I don't think he'll ever be starting. Obviously, he's got very, very big boots to fill in if Lukeba does ever leave. I hope I pronounced his name right. But I don't think he will ever manage to take over that position. But he'll definitely provide great cover for that position. He can also play left back and CDM, like pretty averagely. But I don't think he will be playing in those positions unless he desperately has to. I'm very happy with this sign, and I think it will be good for depth. And we've made good money. We made good money on the Martinez deal. So we're going with the exact same formation. It has been absolutely smashing it. But instead, let me try to pick the best 11 with AI, and again it takes out Kobbie Mainoo from the lineup. I will be locking him in again because he's still 21 years old. But I'll be honest, his development is looking very slow. And forgive me for saying it, but this is his make or break season for me. Yeah, it's his make or break season for me, because if he doesn't start to get that development up, then he's not going to have a room left in the club. He's going to go down to the bench, and we're going to give Mason Mount the shot, because Mount has been so eager to play for how long. He hasn't complained about game time whatsoever, but he's already been performing better than Kobe has. And Kobe, he's been given the chance of a lifetime. He's not performing in it, so if he doesn't perform this season, if he doesn't bring up that, if he doesn't bring up them attributes, he's gonna get dropped. But the team's looking very strong. I'm happy with it for sure. Varela will still be starting at CDM for this season, but I'm not sure if Manswerk will take over from him, if we might sign another different CDM. We'll have to wait and see with that one. Obviously, it's too far in the future to tell. With Jadon Sancho, I think we'll be keeping him for the rest of the season and letting him go on a free. One, because no one really wanted to pay his wage too much. I did accept one offer, which he rejected the contract offer from. So, you know, that £275,000 is not great. But now he's upset because I also, I don't know. He's upset for some reason. But we're going to keep him for the rest of the season. We'll let his contract run out. For one, it looks horrible buying him 73 million and then selling him for 20. And two, you know, the backups, we're not going to be able to find someone for that little money. But for now, I think we're going to be leaving it there. Premier League, only 3 matches played, won 2, lost 1. Again, another win away at Anfield. I'm very happy with our away form at Anfield. Our head-to-head with Liverpool is actually very good since Arne Slot's been in charge. Obviously, under Jurgen Klopp, I've had some shockers. But yeah, we're doing alright so far in the league. I'm not sure what to expect this season, obviously, as holders. But, you know, if we can manage to win another one within this rebuild, I'll be happy. I don't see it happening this season, so I'll predict maybe a second, a third. But yeah, we'll leave it there, and we'll see how we do by the end of the season. So we are here at the end of season 3, I believe. And as you can see, once again, we are Premier League champions. I'm starting to see a little bit of Sir Alex Ferguson in myself. I'm pushing it, I'm sorry. Honestly, 2 in a row. I could not be happier. It's a bit of a drop off from last season. Obviously, 5 losses this season and 2 last season. But I think we actually got the same amount of points, if not, oh yeah, more. I'm guessing, yeah, we just drew 8 matches last time. So I mean, we've only dropped points in 8 matches this season. We dropped points in 10 last season. So we're actually getting better. I'm very happy with it. Second season in a row, as you can see, we're starting to build that back up. Obviously, Sir Alex Ferguson was a bit crazy out of it, but I think we might have to push for that to retake over Man City's record that they took from us. They made it 5 in a row, I think, and that was what broke the record. Or was it, yeah, no, 5 or 4 in a row, I'm not sure, that broke the record. So we might need to push to take that back. I don't think in this video we can, but, you know, I might have to carry this on after, you know. As a Manchester United fan, I think I have to do it for the sake of my team. But let's look at competitions. FA Cup, I think, is that the 2nd time in a row? The second, oh, no. Chelsea won it last season. But another FA Cup for us. Hey, we won the treble. We have won the treble. Let's go. We've won the treble. I'm taking it. It's not the treble that I wanted. I wanted the Champions League in there. But I'm happy with that. I'll happily take that and call it a treble. FA Cup, Community Shield, and the Premier League. I'm happy with it. FA Cup, let's go back a little bit. We beat I'm going to say Carlisle because I don't know how to pronounce that. 7-0 in the 3rd round. 4th round, we managed to beat Sunderland 4-0. 5th round, we beat Fulham 4-1. Quarter-final, a 2-1 win against Liverpool. In the semis, we played Brighton away and won 2-1. Or actually, I think it's at Wembley either way. And in the final, we played against Crystal Palace and only managed to win on penalties. Honestly, I think we kind of scumbagged it. That's not good. We had a pretty easy run there. And then on the last day, we managed to just about make it on penalties. And yeah, with an 87th minute equalizer and a penalty. That looks a bit rigged to me. But I am very happy with that season. And let's go into, let's see how the players did. Rashford, 32 goals and 22 assists. Lord have mercy, 54 goal contributions with a 7.82 average rating. You see what I said, and people doubted me. I know you looked at your phone at the start of the video or whatever device you're on and said, nah, this guy's capping. No, 7.82 average rating with 54 goal contributions in 46 starts. Marcus Rashford has been cooking since he's just been cooking, man. Honestly, he has cooked since the second season onwards, and I'm sure, yeah, I'm not surprised Saudi won him, but I'm going to do everything I can to keep him in because he is, honestly, he's a grace. Best thing to tap into this team. But just underneath him, we've got Højlund on 30 goals and 7 assists, just about making that 30 goal mark. I'm happy with that as well, honestly. Considering that Rashford's taking all the headlines and Højlund's still managing to score some goals, I'm happy with it. Kefren Turam then next on 24 goals. That is brilliant. For a midfielder as well. Kefren Turam, he's, like I said, he's become a starting player now. I didn't expect this, and he wasn't brought in for that reason, but he's become that starting player as the Mazzala, so he's going forward and actually banging in goals. Florian Wirtz on 16 goals, 25 assists. You, man, love. Honestly, I love all of you. I love all of you. 25 assists. No. Honestly, brilliant. Compared to Bruno Fernandes, honestly, that's the best replacement we could have got. Also, let's check assists. Like I said, Wirtz, Rashford, Kobbie Mainoo on 11, Garnacho on 9, and Thuram on 8. Pretty good. On a great season. Great season. I'm not sure how much room there is left to change the team. Again, I'm pretty sure Kobbie Mainoo gets taken out of the team. Now, honestly, I'm tired of him. I'm very tired of Kobbie Mainoo. He hasn't developed the way I want him to, so you will be sitting on the bench from now on. The team, honestly, I have no idea where it is to improve. I can see Luke Shaw's a bit unhappy, so maybe he might have to leave. Varela as well, maybe we could replace him for a real defensive midfielder. But those are the only two spots that I could see to finally get us into that Champions League winning spot. Otherwise, I think we should be challenging for the league every season from now on. 2 league wins in a row, it says everything to me. So, we'll be back at the end of the next transfer window to see if I've managed to build that team up to win the Champions League in the next season. And you know what? It hurts. Luke Shaw has left us to join Tottenham Hotspur for £40 million. It hurts me, honestly, because in real life, Luke Shaw, definitely my favourite left back in the world. I feel like he's amazing. Obviously, he's got his fitness issues, but yes, he's still skilled. Injuries doesn't take away from his skill. He's very, very skilled, and I think he's amazing. But here, he was unhappy at the club. He felt like he was being disrespected, so we had to let him go. Obviously, I feel like he was dragging it down a bit, and he's 32 years old. Let's be honest, he doesn't have much left of his career here. We're looking for someone to win the Champions League with, not people to win McDonald's eating competitions. So we're gonna have to replace him very, very soon, and we have with Patrick Dorgu, our replacement for Luke Shaw. I'm very happy with him. I feel like I caught him at the perfect time. We bought him from Lecce for 45 million in the Italian league. He's very good. I think he's very similar to Frimpong as well at the same time as, you know, being his own player as well. He's 17 pace, 17 agility, but he's also got that dribbling and crossing like I enjoy in a fullback. He's very similar to Frimpong, so I do like that. We have 2 fullbacks that are similar to each other. It kind of it evens out on both sides. I think he's a very, very good fullback. He's only 22 years of age, so he's got a lot of room left to grow, and definitely can turn into a left back that we win the Champions League with. We have also made a massive signing, but without considering too much into it. We've signed Diogo Costa from FC Porto for £40 million. And I made this signing because I saw he was interested in by, I think, about 5 clubs, and he definitely looks like the best goalkeeper I've seen in the game. Honestly, them attributes are so brilliant you don't understand. But we still have Andre Onana, and he hasn't left. Just as a little spoiler alert, he hasn't left. He never left the club this season. So either Andre Onana has to go down to a backup, or we have to find a way to rotate between Diogo Costa and Andre Onana. It's not going to be a fun day. But he is amazing. Honestly, you can just see the attributes already. He's 17s, he's got the 16s, the 15s, all round, literally all round. The lowest you'll see when it comes to goalkeeping attributes, 12 with acceleration. Otherwise, oh no, 11, sorry. But the rest of them, all 13s and plus. That is brilliant from a goalkeeper, and I think he's probably the best goalkeeper in the game right now. Next up, we have brought in some winger cover. Obviously, with Jadon Sancho leaving on a free transfer, we have needed to bring in someone to fill in that void, and we've brought in Thales Magno from Palmeiras. He joined Palmeiras for 6 million from New York FC, and we've only signed him for just 3 times that amount at 18 million pounds. I think it's a good transfer. He's very skilled. Undeniably, he's extremely skilled. He's great on both wings. He's a good footballer. I think he'll be great for depth as long as he doesn't get too big for his boots. He doesn't start asking for a lot of play time. He'll definitely be a good player to have on our bench. He's very flary. He's got great dribbling. You know, he's good. I like him a lot. But one sale that we've made that kind of does hurt me. Joshua Zirkzee has made his move to Real Madrid for 60 million pounds. We made good profit on him. He wasn't getting much game time with us, and he wasn't happy with it. Now he's just gone to Real Madrid to go be a backup there. So it's very smart from him, but it kind of hurts me to lose him to a better club, knowing that they could 100% go and win the Champions League with him in their team. It hurts. We've had to replace him though. I do like our replacement, but it hurts my heart because Joshua Zirkzee in the game, if you play FM, you know how good Joshua Zirkzee is. Our replacement for him is Emmanuel Emeka, another Dutch striker. So we replaced Dutch with Dutch. He's 6'5" compared to Zirkzee's 6'4". Honestly, it reminds me of a spit image, sorry, of Zirkzee, just with a bit better in certain attributes, but a bit worse in certain others. Obviously, Zirkzee's more of like a deep lying forward. He calls himself a 9.5 because of the fact that he spends a lot of his time in between like the striker and attacking midfielder role. Emeka is a striker. He's like a pure number 9. But obviously he doesn't have the passing ability that Zirkzee does, or, you know, dribbling or first touch. But that finishing is naturally going to be better. They are very similar players in their own way. So I think he could definitely be a very good player for us. But he's definitely not one that should be getting upset about game time. Obviously we have to prioritize Højlund now, as Højlund has come out of it proving himself to be better than Zirkzee. So I think it's time to give Højlund his shot and get someone else in to challenge for that position. But I don't see Emeka actually making it over Højlund. So other than some little other transfer business, that would be it for transfers. But if we look at our best 11, this is kind of what it shows us. I'm definitely not locking in Kobbie Mainoo to position this season. I'm telling you that now. I think it's pretty similar to last season. Obviously, other than Dorgu, he's, I think, the only other main change with Costa. But it's a very good team. I could see us winning the league again, but I'm only gonna expect like a challenge, because obviously it's very easy to drop off. Winning the league 3 years in a row is too much to ask. I wouldn't ask for our team to win it again like that. So I would hope for a league challenge and hopefully a Champions League. Honestly, by the end of this save, I really do want to win a Champions League. So I'll simulate to the end of the season and hopefully we can make that happen. We have done it 3 in a row. I can't believe this. We've won the Premier League 3 times in a row. This is by far the most successful rebuild I've done in the career. Wow, that is massive. 91 points once again. We haven't gotten less than 90 points in any of the last 3 seasons. Only 9 matches which we dropped points in, 5 losses and 4 draws. I'm very happy with it. Wait, hold on. I think, yeah, we beat Liverpool away again. Oh my, yeah, we beat Liverpool away again. Liverpool have only 3 losses. They had potential to have a great season if they never drew so many matches. But I'm happy with it. Let's go into competitions. Alright, we won the Community Shield as well, so it's another 2 trophies this season. I'm happy with it. What I'm not so happy about is the Champions League again. Another quarter-final finish. I mean, it's not far enough. We haven't made a final yet. That's what upsets me. I really want to make a final. I think we have a good team. We have a good enough team. I don't understand what the Champions League curse is, but it's not been great for us there. Let's look at the players. Goal-wise, it's been a Hoyland season. 28 goals and 4 assists in 45 starts. Brilliant from Rasmus. He's starting to prove himself properly now. Rashford, goals, he's dropping off slightly. I'm not going to tell him to... You can't tell a player to remain the exact same, if not get better, every season. But he's still doing very well. 41 goal contributions in 43 starts. You can see a little bit of a decline in places because he's kind of adapting to a new play style. I don't know if that... Yeah, he's kind of adapting because you can see a little bit of a drop in dribbling, increase in first touch though. And I'm not sure if that work rate was always 9, but it's looking a bit for Marcus. I don't know if we are going to keep him until the very end, but there is only one more whole season left of this rebuild, so I think we will keep him and look to replace him after the video's over, obviously. But then it's Thales Magno on the third of the top goal scorers. That's actually a bit mad considering he's only had 27 starts. 17 goals and 9 assists for Thales Magno. He has been balling out off the bench as well most of the time. Well, I'm guessing he must have... I don't know how the AI managed to suit this around all of our players. Because honestly, it looks like everyone got playtime, but I'm surprised on how he started everyone. Never mind though. Florian Wirtz, 28 assists. Honestly, he's so good. I think he's amazing. Has he not been called up to... I don't know. I think it might be a licensing issue. But 43 goal contributions in 49 starts. Florian Wirtz, take a bow. Honestly, take a bow. He's already played the same amount of matches for us as he did for Leverkusen, and you can see that goal count already higher. I'm sure the assist count is way higher as well, just doesn't show that. It's brilliant from him. Also, Mason Mount on 10 goals, 16 assists. That also proves something to me. Should have trusted Mason Mount from the start. Never have given Kobbie Mainoo the shout because he's absolutely frauded it. But assists, Wirtz, Mount, Rashford, Frimpong on 14 assists. That's massive as well. This team is absolutely cooking together. Let me go best AI team. It's absolutely cooking. It's the same as the start of the season. Honestly, the balance in this team is perfect. I love it. I feel like if there was a player to change, it would be Varela and get in a new CDM. Other than that, obviously there are a couple players looking to leave, like Dallo is looking to leave. I think Manswerk might be upset, but he just wants a new contract. I can give that to him. Garnacho might be looking to leave as well. So there are a couple players that might leave which need to be replaced, but we'll have to wait and see. So I'll be back with you after the transfer window to see who we've managed to bring in. If it will be massive, I'm sure it has to be if we want to get to that level of winning the Champions League. Okay, so we're at the beginning, not the beginning, but the end of the transfer window in Season 5, the final season of this rebuild. We are currently 10th place in the league. But don't let that fool you yet, because I'm sure we will recover. I want to talk about the signings, because I'm telling you now, we have made some gigantic signings, and one of them will absolutely blow your mind. So to start off, we've sold Alan Varela to Saudi Arabia. Al Hilal were interested. They managed to sign him for £93 million. That is a lot of money. Just look at the profit that I made off him. That's a good, what, £53 million profit. I'm very happy with it. He was an amazing midfielder when he did play. Obviously, I feel bad for him. It's a bit like the Amrabat situation with United. Obviously, very talented. He was played out of position, though. He's not really meant to be a defensive midfielder or he's not meant to be that deep on the pitch. He's meant to be more of that box-to-box role or higher up on the pitch. Or even, yeah, like a deep lying playmaker, something like that. But, you know, obviously I can't blame him for wanting to leave. The wage too high, and obviously I wanted him to leave as well. But that did free up the money and the wage to make one incredible signing, which I had to do when I saw him on the market. Eduardo Camavinga is now a Manchester United player. This is the most unrealistic signing I've ever made, but realism has been dashed out the window a long time ago. We spent, and wait for it, £210 million on Eduardo Camavinga. That it's not a world record on the game, because Real Madrid have also sold Jude Bellingham in the past to Manchester City for 293 million. But it is a United record, 210 million. I believe he's the best midfielder in the world, and obviously everything happens in the midfield. This is the most necessary signing possible because he's got the pedigree in the Champions League, and also he's young, he's ready to shine. I believe he's a massive addition to this team, and he will prove it 100%. He is amazing in the game, and you can see by the attributes. Just look at all them greens. Honestly, I can't believe I managed to make it happen. He's on £400,000 a week, as well as a 210 million transfer fee. Can you? I can't believe that. Can you? After that signing, we've kind of had to make a couple sales. Garnacho, obviously, as I previously mentioned, he was looking for a way out of the club. He was looking for a leave, and I think, yeah, Mikel Arteta's Aston Villa, he was interested in him. I know Mikel Arteta recently just got appointed there, and he wanted his Martinelli type of winger, you know, that fast winger, the one that can dribble. So he came in for Garnacho. He ended up buying him for £28 million. Honestly, it's more than I thought I'd get for him. He's only 24, I know, but he played he never played a lot of games last season. It might have been a bit of a flop. It might have also been pretty decent. So it's a hit and miss transfer. Another sale that we have made is Diogo Dalot to Juventus for 25 million with an extra 5 in add-ons. I think, again, I like the transfer. I think it's good. He can leave. Honestly, I wasn't using him enough. He was just the backup for me. Look, last season, 1 appearance off. Oh no, that's this season. Sorry. Yeah, like around 30 appearances with 27 of them off the bench. He was literally just the backup. So I'm happy he's gonna go get his football, his first team football. He needs it, honestly. It's a footballer, so he wants his football. He's 29, so I was gonna look to get him out anyways, honestly. But we have replaced him, so let's get into the replacements. First off, we signed Thiago Santos as our Diogo Dalot replacement. We've signed him from PSG for £20 million. Very cheap, but he has not played a game in, what's that? He hasn't started a match in 2 years. But he played just last season 3 games off the bench. Before that, 4 games total, 2 starts, 2 off the bench. And before that, 5 starts, 1 off the bench. So PSG have really kind of abused him with the playing time. But I think he's very good. He's already got 12 caps for Portugal, even though he's been in that little playtime for his club. You see his debut in 2025. So he was getting no playtime, but his skill was shining through that. Like I said, I say this so many times, perfect fullback should be able to cross, dribble, and have speed. He's got all 3 of those things. I think he's the perfect replacement and can stand in for Frimpong when Frimpong leaves or gets injured. And another crazy signing, to me at least, Lamine Yamal has joined Manchester United. He's 21 years old in this save. He's joined us for £58 million. And just look at the attributes. Honestly, he was the Garnacho replacement for me. And he will eventually replace Rashford when Rashford does go, because Rashford will leave soon. He's 31, I think. He will be looking for his way out of the club soon. Or I will be looking for his way out of the club soon. What a player. Honestly, I think this is an amazing signing. 58 million in this market is absolutely nothing. It might sound like a lot, but it's nothing. 21 years old as well. He's Spanish capped. Honestly, he's amazing. And in the game, he's just great. You already know that. 20 flair. He's got everything a winger would need, including agility of 20, dribbling, first touch, crossing, everything. Honestly, everything. He's an amazing footballer, so I'm glad to have him in. But after those signings, let's see how the AI characterizes our best 11. It puts Camavinga in a box-to-box and moves Mason Mount to the DM position. I don't really like that. I'm not going to lock anyone in because that can risk a lot of injuries, and I could see that with Kobbie Mainoo. But I would rather it be like this. Again, if it thinks that Camavinga's best position is there because he can provide more, then let him provide more. But even if, I don't think Mason Mount's the right player to play as a ball-winning midfielder. If anything, get Manu in, get Manswerk in, but I don't think Mason Mount as a defensive midfielder would work so well. Otherwise, the first team looks very similar to last season. Obviously, now we've got a bit of a better bench as well. Thiago Santos and Lamine Yamal there. I'm sure Lamine Yamal will get a lot of game time in this coming season. We'll have to wait and see with that though, because yeah, I'm not sure what the AI would do. It's looking like Kobbie Mainoo might ask for his way out of the club. This transfer obviously is over, so we'll have to wait until next season for that. But he might ask for his way out, so that might be a bit sad to see him go. But you guys won't see it because that will be past the end of the video. So I'll be simulating to the end of this final season, and I want you to write down your predictions in the comments below, how you think we're going to do in this 5th and final season. Also subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be simming to the end of the season to see our results, and I'll see you there. So we are finally here, end of season 5, and unfortunately, as we can already see, Manchester City have taken back their spot in first place of the league. It was inevitable. Honestly, you could see it happening very, very soon. They got fed up with it. We never even beat them. We drew to them once, and then they beat us at Old Trafford. Oh no, sorry, they beat us at the Etihad. Honestly, I can't be too unhappy with it. Like I said, I was expecting it, but look at the goals for. Like we scored 11 goals against West Ham. Honestly, that just says a lot to me. A 6-1 win there, and then we must have beat them 5 away. But seriously, goals for, we've smashed everyone. Goal difference, they just conceded less, obviously. Wow. Only 3 matches lost. I mean, City have just taken their chances better, honestly. Pep Guardiola still in charge. He came for revenge. Oh, and he won the Champions League, didn't he? That's a spoiler, but yeah, he's won the Champions League. So let me just take a look at the other competitions. Alright, we've won the Carabao Cup, so it's another trophy that we haven't won yet this rebuild. I'm happy with it. I'll take it. We beat Leicester in the final, but I'll go from the beginning. Aston Villa away 3-0 in the 3rd round. Liverpool away in the 4th round 3-1. We've got a great record against them, honestly. Chelsea away quarter-final for 2-1. Semi-final against Crystal Palace 2-1. QPR actually made the other semi-final. And then the final, Leicester versus Man United, which we beat them 3-1 in. I'm happy with it. Also a Community Shield, so you know, it's basically another double. We've won the Community Shield so many times during this rebuild. I'm happy with it though. That's not a complaint. I'm very happy with this. Honestly, this was an amazing rebuild. I have had a lot of fun doing this. Hope you've also had a lot of fun watching it. As you can see, goals scored. Rashford and Højlund top it with 27. I think Rashford, if I do carry on this save after we're done with the video, I will probably sell him on. Then Emega actually on 19 goals with 10 starts and 35 off the bench. So he looks like he's been a bit of a super sub in this season. I kind of like that. I like that. He's starting to compete for the position. But then Lamine Yamal with 35 goal contributions and 39 starts. He's already smashed it in his first season. Honestly, what a player. And it looks like he's got a contract extension for some reason. So, honestly, he smashed it so far. I think he's definitely ready to take over from Marcus Rashford. What a player. Also, Thales Magno on 22 in 8 starts and 33 bench appearances. Arsenal won him. I don't know if we're going to sell him. Then Lamine Yamal leads the assist board. Obviously, I don't know why Florian Wirtz dropped off a tiny bit. But I'm not going to get onto him too much. You can't, obviously. Maybe it was an injury or something that messed him up. You never know. It could be something like that. Honestly, I'm very happy with this rebuild, and I hope you guys are too. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this rebuild. It was so amazing to make, so I hope you guys really did enjoy it. Please leave a like down below if you did, and also rate out of 10 in the comments. I'd say rate it a 10 if you did enjoy it, and if you didn't so much, leave a 1, and also explain please why you didn't enjoy it so much. Anything that I could work on, because I love the feedback so much. I love reading through my comments, so please don't feel afraid to at any point. Hit that notification bell so you know every single time I post, and also subscribe because it goes so far for me, and I hope to catch you in the next one.